Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I'm having a little vacation with some friends, going fishing, having some conversations, certain kind of meetings, enjoying some little wine here. And I've been asked what that wine is. So this is a Japanese wine. It's a plum wine. It's made out of plums, and it's a 13% alcohol. It's a very sweet wine, very good wine. Norok, cheers, kampai, and prosit, prost, all that. Norok, whatever. Let's go. So I'm in this little attire here. I apologize for my lack of respect because I don't have my button shirts that I usually use, but you would excuse me for not being professional in my little excursion here with my friends. This article comes from Time, and it's from May 27th, 2022, and the protagonist of this is Mr. Erdogan. Erdogan being this is very oily, very good. Norok. So Erdogan is the president of Turkey, very ballsy. He's got and he shows them. And this is the title. Don't let Turkish President Erdogan bully NATO like he bullies everyone else. Well, I don't think Erdogan needs to be let to bully. I think that's what his natural state dictates. And let's read the article, and then we're going to discuss what's going on here with this gentleman. As someone on the top of Erdogan's wanted list, I can't stress enough that NATO should not agree to any such demands. Obviously, the demands are the ones that he expresses regarding Finland and Sweden's membership to NATO. And it says that it should come as no surprise that Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is pushing his own interest again ahead of both human lives and the interest of the people of the Turkey by thuggishly opposing Sweden and Finland's NATO membership. I told you, this guy, he's not doing anything illegal. Everything he's doing is based on the NATO charter, NATO policy. He's just, I have some, that's why they made this kind of policies. So if you have a country in NATO who has a problem, an issue that needs to be resolved with a country that aspires to be a member of NATO, that's why this rule was made. You express your concerns and you say, okay, I don't want Tom Jones to join our Las Vegas Flamingo casino. Okay, what's your reasoning? And you say, my reasoning is because I think it's too sexy. Okay, then how can you change it? Go and talk with Tom Jones and say, hey, Tom Jones, can you not wiggle your hips so much and show your little, you know what I mean? And then Tom Jones said, well, I apologize, I can't do that. Well, if you can't do that, we can let you at the Caesar Palace now or Flamingo to express your little, So that's the way, there are rules and regulations. And Erdogan is just applying the rules that were set by NATO. Now, the problem is that, you see, it's just a pretense. The rules are a pretense, like we are a rule-abiding organization. Okay, now show it. Now, if this guy, which is the president of Turkey, tries to, employ those rules and regulations and policies and blah, 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 he's called this and that and this and that, his personal interest, what was the bully, right? No, the rules were created in order to be used in case they need to be used. So better Finland and Sweden, against those guys who say, yes, they should be admitted into NATO. They should discuss the concerns of Turkey. And Turkey has, I think, legitimate concerns. Now, obviously, Erdogan is a shrewd, intelligent, ballsy politician. His self-interest. What self-interest? his self, why he's going to have like 3 more wives or something, or some ladies of the night, or some wine or something. He already has got that. What would be his personal interest? What? Getting a medal or something of honor from whomever? There's no value to him. But it seems like he's doing this to achieve something, to acquire something for his country. So he's fighting for his country. That's my assessment. I'm not saying Erdogan is clean, but I have no evidence to say he's not. So I'm not going to say, well, he's not clean because he can't be clean. I'm not going to go with that philosophy and that way of analyzing things. The problem is that he's going to be called names because he's just using rules, regulations, policies of NATO. What's wrong with that? Solve the problem, Finland and Sweden. So, his problem is with the Kurds. And it says here that prominent among them is the Sweden and Finland and their support for Turkey. So these are his requirements. So they end their support for Kurdish groups in their territory, with alleged ties to PKK, the Turkish acronym for the Kurdistan Workers' Party, a separatist group that has waged an insurgency against the Turkish state since 1984. Both Sweden and Finland recognize the PKK as a terrorist organization, but this seems not to be enough. No, it's not. You gotta kick them out. That's Erdogan uses to extradite at least 33 individuals he accuses. Not his country. He's not like, okay, oh, I want those. The country. That's a policy. He accuses of having ties either to the PKK or to the Fethullah Gulen, the U.S.-based cleric he claims was behind the failed coup attempt in 2016, which Gulen strongly denies. Yeah, it failed, so obviously you're going to deny. What they're going to say, yes, it was me. No, it's not going to happen that. All right? So according to news reports, Erdogan's targets include respected publishers, journalists, and activists. Well, give me the names. They are protected persons, and turning them over to Turkey would violate international law. We're talking about international law about Yugoslavia 1999. That's the the international law. It was just squished over that. So nevertheless, they're gonna call him right now. Erdogan they're gonna call Erdogan as a strongman, dictator, whatever, Putin friend, NATO destroyer, NATO mole, something like that. Because that's what they do. This is the tactic. Look how they look at critics. And I say, it is in the boundaries of the NATO policy for a country to have questions. They have questions. Why do you attack the guy? Try to solve the situation. You want Finland and Sweden in NATO. Okay, but you have a country who has problems. Besides, remember, Turkey is not very happy, to say the least, that Greece is part of NATO. And they said that was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. They don't want to have the same, excuse me, mistake. Oh, excuse me, that was right up over here. Good. They don't want to have the same mistake done a second time. Fast learners. So look for Erdogan being called this and that and this and that, personal, a dictator and strongman and blah, 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 because that's what they do. If you look back into history, you're going to see the same pattern with each and every person. Even if that person was democratically elected, not democratically elected, they are called names. You can look at many examples. I'm not going to give you here, but that's a homework. Not homework, it's weekend anyway. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart for the truth, be just, and watch for Erdogan. He's going to come and get you.